renting a machine, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's always been my take on every rental thing ever in my life. I never liked renting equipment because I'm pretty much paying to learn. When if you just got a little bit of money tucked away or good credit, you can actually get paid to learn. It's a totally other extreme. You can rent the machines and pay to learn what they can do and what they can't do, blah, 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 blah. Or you can, buy a used one and use it and actually make money while you're learning, just like I did with the skid steer. I made money while I was learning the ropes of skid steer. I didn't have to pay $400 or $500 a day. I actually made $500 or $600 a day, $700 or $800 a day, $1,000 a day. All right, y'all. Good morning. Monday morning, man. Monday morning. Beautiful day. Kind of cold. I know that I had planned on working 4 days this week. So that gives me time today to run down these Bobcat parts. So there's a couple ways I can do this, y'all. This is just for information purposes only, and I do have a disclaimer. But the way I'm going to do this might not be how everybody else would do it, or there might be people that don't think this is the best way to do it, or whatever. I can order the parts from an aftermarket, and the parts would be roughly right around $600, $610 after shipping. Because remember, these parts are heavy, so shipping is pretty expensive, $50 or $60. And I can order both of them. And they said that, I should get them before the weekend. Should. They don't, know that, or I can get them from the Bobcat dealer, the OEM parts, for, I think it's $780 plus tax, so $800. So I'm gonna roughly save about $150 to $200 if I go with the, ordering them, something like that, right? But then you got to factor in, okay, what if it don't come? Then I got to put off all I won't be able to run the Bobcat, this week. Because if I order them today, man, I'll be very lucky to get them before Friday. I mean, very lucky. You got Christmas and everything, man. These folks ain't trying to... Yeah, there's a lot of shipping going on around town right now. And you asking for problems when you start trying to get stuff shipped that is like, not hardcore pressing, but a little bit pressing, So yeah, man, I don't know, man. And so I called the Bobcat dealer this morning, to get the actual, the actual prices, right? And the actual price is, like I said, so it's like $770 something. One of those is One of them was like 360 and the other one's like 320 or something like that. 340. I got it all, you know, in my phone. I'll put pictures up. But the good thing about it, you know, is, well, number one, they got a new dealer that opened up over here in my area. I mean, it's like a 15-minute ride from Bobcat dealer. So I called them, and they actually got these parts in stock right down today. So what you have to do at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, okay, you gotta be thinking about what you're doing out here, man. I know I say that all the time. And I ain't in no hurry to do a damn thing. The only thing I want to do today is get the parts, get back here, and then devote whatever time it takes to... Oh God, it's gonna suck, man. I'm dreading the hell out of taking that track off or having a fool, but it's a lot of work, man. You know? But it's got to be done. It's in there, and then it could cut the track. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that could happen, and none of that stuff is high speed spinning like lawnmower blades or nothing like that, you know. But you don't want that roller to come out while you're in some mud somewhere and you don't see it, and and the track don't come off while you down in a freaking bottom and a rainstorm's coming. You know, these are the things that I think about. So, and I got, you know, a couple guys coming in the comments, and I ain't, you know, my butt ain't hurt or nothing, but I often wonder what they're thinking. You know, it's like I say all the time, it's like some of these folks just watch a piece of the video, a piece of this video, a piece of that video, a piece of that video, and that's okay. I appreciate the views, you know, whatever. But then they come into another video and make hardcore, you know, what I should do when they're not really informed on what I have told them. The guy that I'm talking about, he said that I said, and I don't think if I said it, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to portray it as that. He said that I was looking to buy a mini excavator. Well, let me rephrase that. And I don't know the exact wording. I'm not looking for a mini excavator. I was looking at the auction to see what kind of deals they could get. You know, that they could give or I could get. And if a mini excavator dropped in my lap for the cheap and I felt like it was a good deal, then of course I would buy one. The same way I would buy another truck, another trailer, another mower. If the deal is right, I'll buy it. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not looking to spend money on a mini excavator, but at an auction, if one drops in my lap and it's a no-brainer, then I might do it. Just like with anything else, if the deal is right, I'm an entrepreneur hustler, man. It's all about the deal. If a deal is right and it's cheap enough, I'll buy it. Just like I didn't need that Ferris mower when I bought it, but I bought it because the price was so sweet. You know, I don't need another truck right now. I mean, but if somebody came at me and had an F-250 for, you know, for $5,000, I'd probably buy it. Just saying, man. So don't get confused by you know, my needs versus what I would actually do. It would have to be a no-brainer deal. The whole thing with the auction was just to kind of, you know, feel around and kind of just see what's going on. That's all. It wasn't. And if a piece of equipment jumped out at me, then, you know, like I tell you, and, you know, people say what they want to say, the best deal over there at that auction, well, there was a couple of good deals, but they're bigger money deals, and you got to have cash. So that's going to eliminate a lot of people. Now, I could have went out and bought a like for instance, over there at that auction, that Kubota skid steer, I want to say, I don't remember exactly how many hours it had on it, but it was a good deal. I knew it was a good deal. But at the time, you don't know what it's going to go for. So, you know, a brand new SVL 75 or whatever, you're talking about $75,000. And you know, that's what they're going for. And the one they had over there, I want to say it had about 600 hours on it. It wasn't crazy or nothing, and it went for like 35 grand. Now that's a good deal. That's a good deal. But see, you don't know that going in. If I'd have went in there, whoever bid it and got it at 35K or whatever they got it at, you know, if I'd have went in there and bid at 36K, then they might have went to 37, and then I'd have had to go to 38, then they might have went to 39, then it could be back and forth. We could run it all the way up to what it's actually worth, you know. A lot of times it's about how bad somebody needs it versus how much money they're willing to spend versus what the object's worth, you know. And whoever bought the Deere 323, they got a great deal, I think, man. That I want to say 59,000, 58,000. Dude, that's a great deal. Look up what them things cost, man. They're badass, dude. But I didn't go into the auction thinking I was going to buy something. I was going to look at the mini excavators and see what they got, see what they're going for, and if the price was right, I would pull the trigger, you know. It's that simple. And it ain't about the machine, it's about the hustle. It's about getting a deal. If I get a deal, then I'll do it. But the deal's got to be based on my information of these things, and the deal's got to be based on of course, what the value is, and the deal's got to be based on my knowledge of past auctions. And you know, some of the mini excavators were probably a pretty good deal, but see, moving forward, I will know what kind of the vibe is in an auction. So that was the only reason why and I don't know, I ain't in the market to buy no damn mini excavator, and no more than I'm in the market to buy a truck. If the truck comes down the pipe and it's a freaking no-brainer deal, I'll do it. But I'll do that with anything. I don't give a damn what it is. If I can get it cheap and I'm informed about it, I'll buy it. Doesn't matter, a truck, a trailer, a house. I don't give a damn, dude. You know, anything. Somebody could come at me with 3 backpack blowers brand new and tell me, hey Ray, I got 3 steel backpack blowers and they're $300 each and they retail for $600, and I would know that. You buy all 3 of them, I'll give you all 3 of them for $1,000. I'm on it. I don't need a blower though. I don't need no blower. Don't even want a blower. But I would buy them and then I would flip them. You can't just look at me, and I know that I'm unique and different. I know. And that ain't a brag on myself or dig at myself. I know that I'm not like everybody else. I'm a hustler that happens to do lawn care and landscape stuff. That's what I am. But I'm a hustler at first. I mean, I've been hustling since before I ever even thought about buying a lawnmower. I'm just saying that, you know, that if it's a deal and I think it's a deal and I think I can make money on it or do work with it and sell it or keep it or whatever I think is what I'll do. you know. But rarely are you going to see me, and it happens sometimes, rarely are you going to see me make a bonehead move, a premature move. I think about things too deep for that. Like I said, my Bobcat would have to go down at this point. Now, if we had had a great fall and I got a bunch of people signed up for work and, you know, blah, 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 then, you know, I'd feel a lot different about it. But I don't. So we're going to just keep this T190 rolling for the foreseeable future. And, you know, we'll just see how things pan out, you know. I have no idea. I just know that I'm just going to hold my money right now, man. But I got all the, you know, I got everything it takes to really do a lot of light construction work. You know, especially, you know, like, I don't know, you know, like French drains and drainage things and stuff like that. I got a dump trailer. I got, you know, and if I had a Mini X, that'd be just another freaking thing, you know. I would love to have one, but I'm not willing to pull the trigger on one right now. And I don't think I would buy a brand new one. I would probably buy a used one, just like I did the skid steer, and then learn about it. A lot of people, you know, they talk about going in there and rent. I don't want, you know, the way equipment is and the way equipment holds its value, you know, if you can buy a used one, and especially like some of those ones over there at that auction, like, I mean, if you could buy a used one for $20,000, $25,000, and you just have 1 or 2 jobs lined up, you could get your money back right then. And then you could sell it if you didn't like it or whatever. But the biggest thing is you would become informed about the machine without having to pay for it. See, renting a machine, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's always been my take on every rental thing ever in my life. I never liked renting equipment because I'm pretty much paying to learn. When if you just got a little bit of money tucked away or good credit, you can actually get paid to learn. It's a totally other extreme. You can rent the machines and pay to learn what they can do and what they can't do, blah, 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 blah. Or you can, you know, buy a used one and use it and actually make money while you're learning, just like I did with the skid steer. I made money while I was learning the ropes of skid steer. You know, I didn't have to pay $400 or $500 a day. I actually made $500 or $600 a day, $700 or $800 a day, $1,000 a day. So, you know, but you gotta have a little bit of money banked up to where you can put it in the street on something just to try it, or just to, you know, you'd have to have some work. I got a disclaimer. I would have to have some work lined up for a Mini X before I bought one. And usually my code that I kind of go by on that kind of thing is I would need, you know, $10,000 to $12,000 worth of work lined up before I would make a purchase like that. When I did the skid steer, I had about $12,000 worth of work lined up, and then I bought a skid steer. When I did the man lift, I had about $10,000, $11,000 worth of work lined up before I bought the man lift. So, and those things seem to have worked out, you know, for me thus far. And, you know, the man lift could break tomorrow and the Bobcat could blow up today. Who knows? But that's my thinking on, you know, buying equipment outside of the lawn stuff. I got the lawn care stuff, I mean, and the customers to support the equipment. That's not really, you know, and then some. I could live on the lawn care money and bank money and actually, you know, do pretty good. But that really ain't what I want to do. I'll do it because, well, I got the equipment and the customers. But that's really not my dream, is to cut grass. It once was I'm going to get more customers, with more lawns, more customers. But there's so many issues that I've had, especially with the labor front, that it's kind of you know, I don't know, gave me a really bad taste, you know, for, you know, scaling a lawn care business up. There's so many little things that you'd have to do, you know, with the Bobcat, or, you know, any kind of, you know, construction equipment. If you can do 1 or 2 jobs a week, you can make 10 times more money, and you don't have to have all that labor. You got to have some, but you don't have to have to make $1 million in a lawn care game and to be able to put it in the bank. Shit, it take years, man, to scale it up, and the headache that you would have from doing that, and all the little things, just drive a guy like me crazy at 52 years old. Now, if I was 30, well, then I'd probably it'd be on it popping. But at 50 something, I'll never make it before I retire. I want to do things that require a little more thinking, a little more life skills, and not as much labor. That's kind of, you know, what I'm gearing toward. Now don't come in the comments and say, well, Ray said he ain't doing lawn care no more, because that ain't what I said. I will do the lawn care. It pays the bills and then some, and it's been really good to me. But that's not my passion at this point today, right now, as I sit in the truck. That could change, you know. But that ain't my passion today. And another thing about the lawn care stuff too, it's very seasonal where I'm at. And I guess it is like that everywhere. But the biggest thing with the lawn care, it requires so much equipment, multiple pieces, and then it requires so much labor to really ball out. And I get too irritated with the dumb shit for me. You know, I want to try to branch over where me and one other guy that I can pay really good can, you know, be the ground guy on, you know, for Bobcat work and that kind of thing. But it ain't something that I'm just going to stop doing the lawns. There's no way I'll stop doing the lawns. Too many doors have been opened to me for that. All right, y'all, so I got them, and the parts, and I don't know, man, had them in stock. I got them right here in the back right here. One thing, now it would have cost me about $200 cheaper. I spent $800 and some change, and it would have cost me probably $600 and some change. All right, y'all, so here's the parts. I got everything I need to get it out, I hope. Okay, so I I'm gonna have to pick it up higher to slide that thing out. Y'all see that? I mean, it's gonna have to come up a pretty good ways. Loosen the track a little bit and that'll drop it down. So I guess the next thing I'm gonna do is loosen the track up. So that's where I'm at. This piece right here, I may have to do something like I did on the other side, make a washer, because see right there, this metal's kind of thin, see. Now I'm not going to weld that back in there. What I'll do is I'll grab I'll grab a lawnmower blade and cut it on both ends and leave the center hole, and then drill the center hole out a little bit and just make a freaking big ass washer, because that's just about what you're going to have to do. Now I don't know how long the bolt is supposed to be, but you got a bolt coming in on both sides of this, so yeah. Let me show y'all what I did to the other side, and it's been 4 years or so. Well, when I first got the machine. Where's it at? See right here? See this red right here? That's a lawnmower. That's an Exmark lawnmower blade that I cut it and then I used it as a washer. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do over there on the other side. And I got plenty of old lawnmower blades laying around. I mean, y'all see, man, y'all gotta admit, your boy be coming up with some stuff. Now I don't know how long it would have took them to do this or how much it would have cost. I need to let the machine down a little bit so I don't have to lift it up so high when I'm bolted in, because really what keeps those things in there really is the track, the weight from the ground force up. I mean, because all those are used like that. None of them, every one of them are like that. So they'll slide out, you know, if the track gets like this while you're working, but the track will never get like this. Otherwise the track kind of keeps it in place. But that's you know, that's nice right there. Now a couple things, I got some Loctite. Okay, y'all, so it's on there. I tell you what, man, boy, it's a lot, man. But I'm not gonna do the back roller today. I tried to pull it off, but that was not gonna work. How y'all like my washer right there? Y'all see that washer, man? Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that I do, and I do have a disclaimer. That's the kind of thing that I do when you know, when things start on older stuff. So Anyway, I'm gonna clean up everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna put everything up and go get me a salmon. Well, I'm gonna go get me a salmon and then put everything up something. I'm hungry, man. Peace out.